For what purpose does the gentleman from Kentucky seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House suspend the rules and pass House Resolution 519 as amended.
The clerk will report the title of the resolution.
House Resolution 519, resolution condemning the attacks on Minnesota lawmakers in Brooklyn Park and Champlain, Minnesota, and calling for unity in the rejection of political violence in Minnesota and across the United States.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Kentucky, Mr. Comer, and the gentleman from California, Mr. Garcia, each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Kentucky.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days in which to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material on this measure.
Without objection.
I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On June 14th, a horrific tragedy was inflicted on America and the state of Minnesota. Early that morning, a deranged assassin ambushed State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, both of whom were shot multiple times at their home while bravely defending their daughter. Hours later, the same assassin broke into the residence of Melissa Hortman and murdered her and her husband, Mark, in cold blood. Melissa was the former 61st Speaker of the Minnesota House of Representatives. These attacks were not random. Recent evidence has revealed that they were part of a larger plot the assailant was planning that appeared to target public servants and their families across the state. Such violence has no place in our country, especially political violence. Today, my colleagues and I firmly condemn these attacks and all who seek to harm our elected officials, regardless of party or ideology. In this country, we resolve our differences through spirited debate, the ballot box, and by working through an intentionally designed constitutional system left to us as our founding fathers' greatest legacy. The victims of this horrible attack were not just politicians, they were neighbors, parents, sons, and daughters. They believed in this nation and their state enough to dedicate their lives to representing their constituents' interests and the pursuit of positive change. I'm confident that my colleagues share this sentiment and can agree that no American, whether elected official or private citizen, should live in fear of being targeted for their beliefs, their vote, or their service. I would also like to recognize the valiant effort of law enforcement in tracking down and capturing the suspect in this case. Despite knowing the danger the alleged murderer possessed for 40 hours, officers across numerous departments and agencies worked tirelessly to locate and stop the killer before he could strike again. Their courage and professionalism prevented further loss of life, and they deserve our deepest gratitude. We stand with the people of Minnesota. We condemn these horrific attacks and denounce political violence in all its forms as contrary to the American Constitution and our way of life. In moments like these, we must all come together to reaffirm our commitment to protecting the peace and civility that define the America that I know and love. I reserve the balance of my time.